Gentlemen, we're here today with a gear breakdown with this Valiant here. There's two of us now, you've done it. But anyways, this guy here, he's in the standard windproof jacket that the Brits issue to their troops, and what I'm wearing here, what our latest arrival is the aircrew version. And we're going to go for a quick breakdown, but basically if we had to sum it up, what's even more ally? Having even more pockets. Alright, so first things first, we'll take a quick look at the original windproof, the regular infantry one. Just got on here on the main body, you can see 4 main pockets here. You got 2 of the chest ones, so whether it's maps or whatever else you kind of need in there. There's a bit of a mesh lining in there, same on both sides. Got an extra pocket on the left hand breast pocket here. Also, just moving on down to the waist, you also have the addition of the hand warmer or waist pockets in there. They've got a nice fleece lining. That's something that they didn't have on earlier TPM versions. As for the aircrew, looking at the main body here, so you've still got the same 4 pockets. You'll notice on closer inspection later that this is actually a ripstop material. Also, the material is completely different, but we'll cover that when we get to the labels. Got a couple of extra things, a little bit of modernization. Got a bit of Velcro, or the old hook and loop there. And it's got a nice MTP print in it, which I must say is quite lovely. They've kind of copied a bit of Cryo or American's kind of books there. You got the same pocket there. Instead of, there's a big change. Instead of being Canadian style buttons there, they've got again hook and loop. So that's one departure. Otherwise, the main zip up the front there, as well as the storm flaps, all pretty much the same. Oh, and we have a zipper waist pocket there, nice fleece lining. Ooh, those ones feel significantly nicer for some reason. Maybe this one's not as worn, maybe it's a more fancier fleece lining, but it's a bit of a Rolls Royce feel there. It's quite lovely. An extra thing I forgot to mention as well is you got a rank side epaulette here. This one's just got a button, pretty exposed, whereas this one, it's just hook and loop underneath there. Sits a little less proud potentially, so again, I think that's kind of a nice little addition there. All right, moving down to the arms, just we've got the shoulder pockets as it were here. This is the, again, the infantry version aircrew. Typically with surplus, sometimes you get these covers thrown in just to protect your Velcro in case you're not actually using it for patches. But yeah, that's neither here nor there, but they usually come with them, sometimes they don't. It's a bit of a gamble, but as you can see underneath, they've modernized it where you've got, again, the pattern printed on there. Very fancy. Hook and loop pocket in there. You got some pen holders there. Nothing too crazy going on. I think the same thing's reflected here, yep. So whether it's pen holders or whatever else, just to organize that better. But otherwise opens the same way, but we've got some extra stuff. Look at that. So nice big zip pocket underneath as well. So if you really wanted to carry the kitchen sink on your arms, you totally can. You also got a nice little elastic loop here. Again, whether that be a pen, glow stick, whatever, your kitchen sink. I love this. I'm sure some of you do. I'd be curious what the British infantry layman thinks between the aircrew version and this. And obviously a lot of infantry are very critical, especially when you've got to live and hump a lot of weight around in the field, and you know, all the other things that kind of go into exercises and, well, the real deal. But I'm guessing that some of the older types would probably definitely dislike the exposed zipper, but you know, I'll take a neutral standpoint on that one and let you guys decide down in the old comments what you think about that. Just quickly moving down to the sleeves here. You've got this extra hook and loop addition. As far as I'm aware, this really doesn't have any function, but if I swap the arm, you got a pen holder. And same thing, this can be torn off, so if you're left-handed or right-handed, whatever you want to swap your pen's glow sticks to your other arm, you can do so. Obviously that's an added feature that the infantry version doesn't have. Standard hook and loop both types for the rest though. Alright, moving up to the hoods, the crew on the left, the old one on the right. Bit of a difference in cut. You'll notice that this one actually has some shape. I would say that this is totally going to be a user opinion, but most of the times these come with wires in them. If not, you can always just literally insert your own. It's not rocket science on that. You can shape the hood, so if you're getting blown about and don't want your hood, like, you know, blocking your view, that's what basically those are there for. Interestingly, aircrew has eliminated that. I guess they're not going to be wearing their hoods up inside of an aircraft. You know, they shouldn't be getting rained on or whatnot. And to reflect that, they've got a, let me just unzip this. Actually, I need to do that properly. Right, so they've got a flap here. It's just hook and loop, hooks in. You can tuck your, roll it up. I'm just going to do this real rough. And boop, all of a sudden your hood's stowed away. So I'd say that's the typical aircrew experience. But yeah, you've basically got the option to roll it up there, whereas the infantry one will just hang there. All right, so speaking of labels, just for some of those who appreciate that sort of thing, that's just a relatively atypical label you've got on there. You can see that it's 50% polyester, 50% cotton. It's not ripstop, but it's quite thick. Again, hence the windproof. Thicker than your field smart. So that's just the standard version. Then we've got this guy here, the aircrew. Got a bit of writing on there from whoever's been previously issued that. The FR is for fire resistant. Again, we can't iterate enough that we can't vouch for that since it's all used goods, but that is what it's made of. I can't quite make out. 64% lensing, 24% pararamid, 10% polyamide, 2% anti-static. So again, it's different material, and I feel like there's, generally speaking, a little less sheen to it. But I feel like that's incredibly nitpicky. But for those who are really interested in that sort of thing, that's what that is. All right, just rolling it over to the back now. Standard infantry one. We'll go on the inside in a minute, but you can see that there's a waist cord in there. There's literally nothing to say off the back. That's about it. So we'll grab the aircrew one out and ta-da! More pockets, would you believe? Zippered. Both ways too, actually. It's pretty interesting. So some little stealthy extra, but my hand can go all the way through to the other one. I don't know what I'd be curious what British names they got out there. Maybe it's like a little fanny pocket or something like that. Some little funny nicknames they've got for them for sure. All right, and here's the aircrew on the inside. Again, you can see the waist pockets, the little hand warmer sewn in there. The waist cord, as it were, to cinch that in, give your waist a bit more shape, trap a bit more air in. That's especially important. But no internal pockets that can be seen. You also got a cord at the bottom. So again, if you're really standing static and want to trap everything in because you're freezing your ass off, that's always there. And it's the same on both versions. But for the record, we'll pull out the infantry one. And there you go. So much the same things going on here. Cords, all there. Same internal waist, well, the external waist pockets you can see there. There's this mesh in here. There's some things which actually annoy me about these personally. When you're picking this up and going to go put it on or whatever, the hook and loop really likes to attach and eat this stuff. Not a biggie, they're still a great jacket, but in some ways I kind of appreciate that was kind of deleted off the aircrew one. Well, there you have it. That sums up pretty much a quick little gear breakdown on the aircrew MTP smock, and well, also by proxy the infantry version. So what do you guys think? What's a simple better? Maybe, probably, the old soldiering mentality, or aircrew where, to be honest, they're working with tons of equipment and just probably cramming their pockets full of stuff just for convenience. It would be really interesting to hear from service members from both branches and see if you do have that. You'll quite often in history have guys who'll sneak on over and they'll try to obtain something from the other branch because, I don't know, it's going to probably suit their needs a bit better. But I'd say overall it's a very welcome addition to have for surplus. I quite like these myself. Probably thinking about getting one too, but yeah, just extra storage whether you need it or not, but hey, it's nice to have just extra stuff on tap. This is the first time we have managed to get both the tops and the trousers. We'd like to say that we'll be getting more of these in future. Fingers crossed, I don't see why not, but it's the very first time we've got them, so you can check them up on the website. As always, leave us a little like, a little subscribe. We always enjoy hearing your guys' feedback, and yeah, any requests you want to see for any future videos.